Khan Academy is a not-for-profit with the mission of a free world-class education for anyone, anywhere. And in our minds, what that is, we're most associated with a collection of videos that I started making for my cousins, and that video library has expanded dramatically. We now have everything from calculus to art history to physics.
Notice this is an aldehyde and it's an alcohol.
But we're much more than just that video library. In our minds, that's part of it, but we also have interactive exercises. Kids get as many, or learners of any age, get as many exercises they need. They get feedback. We have dashboards for teachers. And so our goal is not just explanations and videos, interactivity, data for teachers, a way to test what's working, what's not working, and a way for students to collaborate with each other and to provide it free and virtually for everyone. If you have nothing else, hopefully Khan Academy can get you from where you are to where you want to be. If you have a great teacher and a great school, it allows them to move even further up the value chain and focus class time on more Socratic dialogue or projects or whatever else it might be. Question I get a lot is, why Khan Academy? Why did these videos resonate with folks? And to a large degree, it's still an open question. I wasn't the first person by any stretch of the imagination to make math videos and put them up on YouTube. And so hopefully the appeal of Khan Academy is that it's cohesive. It's, when I do any of these videos, I try to make my thoughts transparent. Any connections that my brain has formed, I try to communicate them. And hopefully it gives students more than just being able to get the right answer. It gives them kind of a way of thinking about math. And that way of thinking is probably the most powerful thing. Because once you have that way of thinking, you can really go into any domain, especially in math, but probably the sciences and even the humanities, and have a very hopefully a connected way of looking at things, and it doesn't look as disjoint anymore.
So frankly, if this does not blow your mind, then you have no emotion.
Yeah, whenever someone talks about technology in education, they always imagine this kind of Vulcan or Borg reality where kids are kind of wired to a computer and they're just staring at things all day and there's no interaction with other human beings. I actually think it's the exact opposite. If technology is used appropriately in a classroom, instead of making it dehumanized, it'll make it more human. What we imagine is, look, if lecture can happen at your own time and pace, if you have the software tools where you're getting exercise at your own time and pace, if you're arming the teacher and the student and the parents with data, then when human beings get together, you can allow them to interact. You can allow them to have conversations. You can have a Socratic dialogue. You can do projects. If they're working on the system, that doesn't have to be in isolation either. If I'm having trouble with something and you've already mastered it, you can peer tutor me, and that's going to help me. And it's also going to help you. When you explain it, you're going to learn it that much deeper, and you're going to learn the skills of leadership and mentorship, which are probably even more important than even the mathematics. So in our minds, technology used appropriately, it's not, technology isn't always great for technology's sake, but when used appropriately, it'll actually create a more human experience in a classroom. Disproportionately, the letters that we get from users everywhere are the traditionally disengaged kids who were saying, hey, I hated math, I hated algebra, I hated calculus, and now they said this was what they needed to reconnect, to get to the right level, build their gaps in their foundation that they might have had, and then progress at their own pace. And so the most typical letters we get are, I used to hate X, and now I want to major in X, or now I have a love for X. If that was the only story that happened, this would be worth it. People recognize that there's an opportunity here to do something that's, I say not even a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, it's a once-in-a-millennium opportunity. We're at this inflection point in history, and we might be able to improve the human condition.